All right, we're live. Happy Tuesday, everybody. My name is Megan Casey, and I'm here with the amazing Debbie Calladine, and we run Growth and Evolvement Consulting, which is an international personal and professional development company. So we work with professionals, entrepreneurs, business owners all over the world, people who are ready to quite literally grow and evolve. So it does what it says on the tin, and improve their life and business or their career by improving the quality of their thinking. It all comes back to our thinking and the quality of what are we thinking about and asking yourself amazing questions. So today we're going to be talking about a very important topic, which is cultivating the attitude of gratitude. And to really think about this question, do you live in a state of gratitude? Do you live continuously in a state of gratitude? Debbie, tell us a little bit about gratitude. Why is that important for people to get involved in?
Well, one of my favorite quotes around gratitude is from the late and great Bob Proctor. Megan and I have studied and integrated his success philosophies for over 5 years now. He was a key figure in the personal and professional development space. And here's what BP has to say about gratitude. I'll read this quote to you. It says, gratitude is an attitude that hooks us up to our source of supply. And the more grateful you are, the closer you become to your maker, the architect of the universe, and the spiritual core of your being. Now, really take that in. I'm going to read it one more time. Gratitude is an attitude. So do you have an attitude of gratitude? Do you live in that constant state of gratitude? Not saying it's always easy, but it's so beautiful. It's so profound just to live in that state. There's always something to be grateful for. So gratitude is an attitude that hooks us up to our source of supply. And the more grateful you are, the closer you become to your maker, the architect of the universe, and the spiritual core of your being. Bob Proctor. How beautiful is that? So gratitude is a divine frequency. Gratitude is an accelerator. It raises our vibration. And when we're grateful for what we have, we attract more. Mm-hmm. And Megan and I were talking about this earlier. And people who are grateful are less bothered by things. Mm-hmm. You really notice that in your life. And a lot of our clients navigate, things in their relationships. They could have a negative partner, family, friends. So we have to be careful who we surround ourselves with too. Their working spaces. And so what else would you add there, Megan?
Yeah, and you're so right. The people who we call it return to gratefulness. So as you're navigating your life, yes, you're going to be navigating circumstances, other people's situations. If you're an entrepreneur growing a business, and you're going to be navigating things on the outside, and as human beings, we can get bothered by things. So you want to just return to gratefulness, return to what's the lesson here? What's the universe trying to show me here? See the best traits in those people. See the value in everything. So it's like going back, and it's a practice, and it has to be cultivated. A lot of people are in the habit of being annoyed or lack of gratitude. And when you get into the habit and you cultivate a gratitude practice, it's very freeing. It's actually quite liberating for the mind because you're not as easily affected by outside circumstances. So returning to gratefulness, and it's a really good quality energy. As Debbie said, it's a divine frequency, and the universe loves grateful people. If you think about, if you give a series of people a gift and one of them is especially grateful, how nice does that feel to give that to them?
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure that the universe loves to give us what we would like by cultivating, being grateful for what you already have, and then doing what we call advanced gratefulness, grateful for what's coming. You give gratitude for your goal even before you've received it, as though you've received it. So gratitude for what you have, and gratitude for what you're expecting. And it will build your faith as well.
Absolutely. It really does. So I hope those of you watching live or the replay that you develop a gratitude practice. So whether that's writing out 3 things you're grateful for every day or at nighttime, I do mine throughout the day, all day. Thank you, God, for this. Thank you for my children. Thank you for my great health. Thank you for the abundance of clients. So Megan's right, being grateful for everything we have currently and what's coming. I'm so happy and grateful now that should be in everybody's vocabulary throughout the day. I'm so happy and grateful now that. So when we're grateful for what we have, we attract more. And that I've seen that multiple times in my life. We've seen that in our clients' lives. And it's just a beautiful vibration to be in.
Yes. And the key with gratefulness, like true gratefulness, you want to get into it feelingly. So sometimes, a lot of people in this work, like if you develop a practice of gratitude, whether you write it out or whether you're listing it, or you might have a list of things in your phone that you're grateful for that you add to. You don't want it to be like a checkbox exercise. Oh, I'm grateful for this laptop. I'm grateful for this pen. I'm grateful, yada, yada, yada. That's kind of cerebral. We want to get into the feeling. And the best way that I find to do that is when you're writing your gratitude or even thinking about it, you think about what you're grateful for, why you're grateful for it, and how it makes you feel.
Yes.
So if we go with the laptop example, I'm grateful for my laptop. Why? Well, I can be here sharing these ideas with all of you. And how does it make me feel? It makes me feel connected to people. Otherwise, I'd just be here in my home office. So what you're grateful for, that's the factual side of things, yes. The mechanical side of things. Why? The purpose. And then how does it make you feel? Yeah. And different things will make people feel differently. So grateful for people. And if you're ever, it's like seeing the best in things habitually. And that just takes training to train your thinking. Rather than going down a negative side road, you just go down a good side road, best case scenario. What can I be grateful for in this? And if you find that the situation is very challenging, ask for what the learning is from this. What do I need to learn from this? Actually, there's a line in one of the essays we study. It says there's a spiritual lesson in everything for you. And when you learn the spiritual lesson, the circumstance will dissolve and give way to other circumstances. So it's like, rather than recreating it by not learning the lesson, like leaning into like, what is the universe showing me here? I find that gives me a lot of peace of mind.
Mm-hmm. The other thing is really important too, as well, is don't get emotionally involved in anything you don't want. Mm-hmm. That came up this morning on a client call. And, there's things that go on in the outside world, and, we're aware of it just by being on social media, and it's terrible, some terrible things. But the key is just to get out of it. Go back to gratefulness, go back to like a more positive vibration, and it changes your day. Don't get emotionally involved in anything you don't want. Does this thought bring me anything that I want? If it doesn't, get rid of it and replace it with a better one. So, yeah.
And for anyone that wants to do a little bit of a deeper dive on gratitude, two kind of things that we could recommend. One, the text we study is Wallace Wattles' Science of Getting Rich. So get yourself a copy and read chapter 7, which is all about the law of gratitude, the importance of it. I wrote down a note from that earlier today, and I want to read this. It's paraphrased a bit, but this is what basically the gist of it. We become what we think about. The grateful mind is constantly fixed upon the best, therefore tends to become the best. So when you fix your mind on the best in everything, that's the energy that you start to harmonize with, and you attract more on that frequency. And there's a really lovely book, what's the name of it, by Rhonda Byrne. A lot of you will know her from The Secret. She wrote another book called The Magic, and there's 28 days of gratitude. And each day there's like a little fun exercise. So there's one where you take steps and everyone is like, thank you, thank you. And there's just different kind of ways to incorporate it, and utilizing your day-to-day life and the things you navigate as a trigger to remember to be grateful. So that'd be but create your own. Are you living in a state of gratitude? Could you improve that? We all could improve it. And Debbie and I, in our scripts that we read every day with our goals, it's infused with gratitude as a reminder to get back into the feeling of it.
Absolutely. So, Debbie, the feeling part. Feeling is so important, Megan. Good point. Good point. I want to share one more thing from this book. It says you cannot exercise much power without gratitude, because it is gratitude that keeps you connected with power. So powerful and so profound. So yes, get yourself this book. There's a Science of Getting Rich, and all the chapters in here are amazing. And so chapter 7 is gratitude. So that's your homework for those of you watching.
Love it. Got to have a bit of homework. So Debbie, tell us, what are you really grateful for at the moment? What's top of your mind?
So much to be grateful for, but top of mind is that we are hosting our 3rd in-person event, and it's filling up with incredible people. Okay. So I'm grateful that we accepted the idea. Yeah. We accepted the idea back in January when you were still living in Ireland, moving to Denver in March. that we were going to host our first event in June in Denver. And then we did that. And then shortly after, we hosted one in my hometown in Saskatoon. And then now we're hosting one in Calgary, end of October, October 25th. It's filling up fast. And we've really seen the magic and power of these events. You gather people in a room and you talk all things positive, mindset, goals, identity, gratitude, and you're meeting new people. It's just, there is magic in them. So I'm so grateful that we've accepted that idea. We launched them, and each one, they get bigger, they get better, and they get bougier. So we're excited for that. I'm very grateful.
Yeah, and grateful. One of the things I'm very grateful for about those events, and even our mastermind calls online, is grateful for the opportunity to share these ideas that have changed my thinking and my life in just basically every way. And, you know, being in this hub of ideas, like really taking 6 hours out of your life and out of your day to think about, what do you really want? What do you really want in life? It's so powerful. It's such nice energy. Like Debbie said, great people. It's going to be great interactions. And yes, so we still have a couple of tickets. If your name is on one of those seats, definitely let us know, because we've had people who almost came to a couple of events who are now coming to this one. So that's, you're like, I almost came to Denver and I almost came to Saskatoon, but the dates and maybe the stars will be lining for Calgary, October 25th.
Yes, there's somebody in my silent audience, let's just say, that wanted to come to both of them, wasn't even aware of it. And then she reached out to me, and she's currently in her mastermind and coming to our event in Calgary. So it's pretty cool. So if you're one of those people, don't be shy. Life is too short to be shy. So just book your ticket. And yeah, if you're curious about our mastermind, the event, you know, text me. Text us today. You can text me personally. I'll give you my number, 306-260-1031. That's my personal number. Shoot me a text, give me a call, and we'd love to chat with you. So go all in on your goals. Make the decision that you're going to go all in on your goals. You can do it, and surround yourself with the right people. Whatever you do, suggestion is the most powerful force in the universe. Who are you getting your suggestions from? Make sure they're from the right people, because that can make or break your success. Megan, any closing thoughts?
So let's dial up the gratitude and watch what it does for you. Like, test it out for yourself. Okay, it's great to listen to these ideas, but the focus with all of these ideas is integrating them. Become more grateful, live in a state of gratefulness. If you receive a gift, like, really express your gratefulness and why you're grateful for that. And it's very nice on the receiving side to give to someone who's very gracious. So as Bob Proctor would say, willingly give and graciously receive. Okay, so happy Tuesday, everybody. And yeah, maybe watch this back. Save this video. If you ever feel like you need a reset of your attitude, watch it back.
Or feel free to share it with somebody that's struggling. Yeah. And text me today. Can't wait to hear from you. All right, you guys, have a great day.